This is Andy Miramontes. This is the Bit End. And today, I'm going to drink some wine. And you're going to watch me drink some wine. I'm wearing a hat today. It is a special hat. It is a hat you've seen before. And when I wear this hat, it means one thing and one thing only. I will be drinking Pinot Noir. Because this is my Pinot hat. Littorai, the Littorai.m4v, which is an Anderson Valley blend, 2006. Now a little bit about Littorai. Littorai is a tiny producer in the Sonoma area. They produce Pinot in the three major regions of Sonoma Valley. Number one being the Russian River Valley, that's the most famous. The second most famous being the Sonoma Coast. The third, which is where this Pinot is from, is called the Anderson Valley. They all produce their own styles of Pinot Noir, and Littorai is pretty much top-notch juice. It's nearly impossible to find this thing outside of the winery, outside of restaurants. It's one of those things. I actually had the great fortune of being able to go to the winery and taste the stuff, and let me tell you, these people are nut jobs. They do what's called biodynamic winemaking, and they like pick to the moon cycle. They like make teas, and they spray down the vineyards with teas because the teas kind of do some shit. I don't know. Crazy people. Lucky enough, we get to drink the juice that they're making. So I'm going to get straight into it. It's a blend, I think, between three different vineyards up in the Anderson Valley, which is up towards the Mendocino County. So it's the northernmost section of like the major Pinot country. Now, this one's what, 14.2 alcohol. Not too bad. I've had a couple of their bottlings before, and all of them have been absolutely juice-tastic. Juice-tastic. If you work on a sales floor, a wine floor, today's dare of the day is to sell a bottle of wine by describing it as juice-tastic. I'm going to do it. I will sell a bottle of wine by calling it juice-tastic. Littorai, 2006, Littorai.m4v, Anderson Valley, Pinot Noir, Burgundy glass, Burgundy juice. Cheers. We've got a nice color here. It always looks darker on the screen. Don't worry, it's not that dark. There's not Syrah on this puppy. It's actually very light, really nice, like cherry juice red. I like saying that, cherry juice red. It's very... Ladies and gentlemen, boy, have we got a stinker. Not stinker in a bad way. I can hold the glass like 8 feet from my face. Let's see, 1, 2, 8. This is, I think it's, loosely 8 feet from my head. And I'm smelling a little bit of funkiness. You know, that they call it barnyard. It's not necessarily barnyard. It's like a Pinot term, barnyard. But there's some funkiness coming out of here that I'm getting from the glass. It could be different when I get my nose up in this biatch. But right now I'm getting a little funky and a little cherry, a little red fruit. 11 feet. I miscalculated. It's actually 11 feet. We had an official measurement while I was talking, and it's 11 feet from my face. Some smell. It's actually kind of got a nice like pinkish magenta color to this thing. A little bit of a pinky. There's some pink in my drink. Got some pink in my drink. So let's put my nose in this glass. This is gonna be good. Explosion out of the glass. Explosion. Right off the bat, I get a little bit of minerality. I mean, there's some vibrant freshness jumping right out. Red notes, red fruit notes across the board. Every red fruit you can think of. Raspberries, cherries. If apricots were red, there's red apricots in here. There's like a meatiness to this thing. Like it feels heavy in my nose, if that makes any sense at all. This nose is juice-tastic. 06, it's had some time. It's a blend. It's not meant to like age for tons of years. They do a lot of single vineyard bottlings. Those things like you can put them to... Wait, hang on. That's how I sleep. Isn't that freaky? What if like you settle down with somebody? This is how they slept. That would scare the shit out of me. It's tight. Oh man, this finish is spectacular. I did a Sonoma Pinot Noir tasting trip, and I tasted all three of these major regions, a lot of them right next to each other. And I learned Russian River Valley is like the silky, elegant, higher alcohol, just like rich and sweeter fruit tones. That's what that's about. Sonoma is like the complete opposite. It's the very high-toned fruit, very bright, fresh red, lower alcohol, like higher acidity, way more minerality. Just it's a much cooler region. And then Anderson Valley kind of had this unique thing going on. They made harder edge, like there's a firmness to these wines. It's very firm and very focused, and this is no different. There's just a firmness to this fruit. Tons of like lemony, citrusy, bright, fresh tones. The nose is much sweeter than in the mouth. You know what this does have though? Besides insanely mouth-watering, I feel like there's grapefruits in the finish. That's how fresh this finish is. There are sweet herbs in this wine. Sweet herbs. It's like somebody threw a bunch of sweet little candied herbs, little like sugary herbs, and then threw like some cherries and some strawberries and some red apricots. Squeeze some grapefruit juice on it. You like seafood? No, I'm just teasing. Littorai Pinot Noirs are so unbelievably delicious. Not cheap. Forgot to mention that. At the winery, they range from like, I think it's like $45 to $80. That's out of the winery. Come on! It's like sweet herbs and some nice cherry juiciness, like cherry juice, like concentrated cherry juice. There's like a little bit of sugar left in that cherry juice. Like bright red, not black cherry, like red cherry, sweet cherry, squeezed into some sweet herbs. A little dash of lemon, a little grapefruit pith. This is a fantastic wine. Food friendly. Ladies and gentlemen, Littorai, Little Arms, Anderson Valley Pinot Noir. Standing ovation. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for dealing with the Pinot hat. I don't think it's a bad thing because Pinot Noir is one of the best grapes in the world, making some fantastic stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, go out and buy some wine and drink it tonight because you deserve it.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me.
You're making chamomile tea and spraying the vineyards down when it's going to be hot outside. That is dedication.